This is the second part of practice paper from City and Guilds, Level 2 Functional Skills. You can use a calculator for this part. There are 45 marks in total. We'll go through questions one by one. Number 1, what is 35 as a fraction of 490? Give your answer in its simplest form. If you use a scientific calculator and you type 35 divided by 490, it should give you straight away the simplified form. But if it doesn't, we'll go through it anyway. So the top number and the bottom number end with 5 and 0. That suggests that you can divide both of the numbers by 5. So we'll do that. So 35 divided by 5 gives us 7. 490 divided by 5 gives us 98. Now we can divide both of these two numbers by 7. So that would be 1 over 14. In this second question, we've got 1 and 3/8 add 3 and 9/16 is equal to what? So I'm going to add the whole numbers first, and that is a 1 here and a 3 here, so that makes 4. Now I'll add 3/8 and 9/16. We'll give these a common denominator, which happens to be 16, because 8 fits into 16 as well. So to get from 8 to 16, we multiply by 2s. We'll do the same with the numerator. So that becomes a 6. Now we'll transfer these over, because they don't need changing. 6 and 9 makes 15. So this is equal to 4 and 15/16, which is option D. Question number 3. Which of these has the smallest value? We've got 6.048 divided by 24, 0.095 divided by 5, 1.032 divided by 12, 1.274 divided by 7. If you use a calculator, you will find out that the first one is equal to 0.252. Second one is equal to 0.019. The third one makes 0.086, and the fourth one gives us 0.182. So the one with the smallest value is B. So we've got the formula, which is V equals BHL divided by 2. V stands for the volume in cubic centimeters. B is the base of the triangle. H is the height in centimeters. That is 6 in here. And we've got L for length, which is 30 centimeters. So to work out the volume of the prism, we'll just multiply. So the base of the triangle is equal to 16. Height is equal to 6. And the length is equal to 30. This will all be divided by 2. So inputting this into the calculator gives us 1,440 cubic centimeters. Question 5. This is not very clear, but we'll try and make sense of it. So the question is, what's the coordinate for Hybe station? And that is here. So starting with the x-axis, we've got 6 going there, and across to the y-axis we've got a 9. We can see that 6 is between 38 and 39, and the 9, the y-axis, is between 43 and 44. So we'll bear that in mind when picking the option. So there we have 38 here and the 43. 38 and 6 and 43 and 9. So option B. A woman is going to Spain for a holiday. She wants to book a hotel online. She finds a hotel that charges 84 euros per night. She thinks this will be about £100 per night. The exchange rate pound to euro is £1 is equal to €1.12. Is she right? Explain your answer. Okay, so £1 is equal to €1.12. What about £100? So that, to get from 1 to 100, we've multiplied by 100. We'll do the same on the other side, and that is going to give us 112 euros, which is not the same as 84 euros. So is she right? No. And we can say here that 100 pounds is equal to 112 euros. Or you could have converted the 84 euros to see what that was in pounds. That would be fine as well. An apprentice hairdresser needs to prepare a solution to color a client's hair. The client wants high lift shades. The apprentice hairdresser measures out 75 milliliters of developer. What amount of hair color should she measure out? So looking at the table, we need to focus on high lift shades. So this is the ratio we're after. It is 1 to 1.5. That's the ratio of hair color to developer. And we know that she's using 75 milliliters of developer. We need to find out how much hair color she needs. So we'll find out how many 1.5s fit into 75 by dividing 75 by 1.5, and that gives us 50. So 1.5 times 50 gives us 75. 1 times 50 gives us 50 milliliters. So she needs to use 50 milliliters of hair color. Question number 8. A woman has a new fitness watch. She uses this formula to calculate her step length. Step length in feet is equal to a measured distance in feet divided by the number of them. Her measured distance was 20 feet and the number of steps taken was 16. In her first week, she walks 67,118 steps. She wants to know how many kilometers she walked in the first week. What distance did she walk? We'll use her step length to figure out the distance she's walked. So to find the step length, we'll divide the measured length in distance, which is 20 feet, by the number of steps, which is 16. And that gives 1.25. Now the number of steps is this, so 67118 times 1.25 is equal to 83897.5 feet. So we've got the total distance in feet. We'll get that in kilometers now. So 1 foot is equal to 0.0003048 kilometers. What about 83897.5 feet? So to get from 1 foot to this, we've multiplied by 83897.5. So we'll do the same over here. Equal to 25.57195.8 kilometers. Question 9. A secretary needs to order 8 boxes of paper clips. Each box costs £7.67. The table below shows the discount offered on large orders. We've got them by the value of the order. So the question is, what amount will the secretary have to pay? There are 8 boxes and each of them costs £7.67. So we'll multiply that, and that is equal to £61.36, which falls within this category. So there will be a 6.5% discount. So 6.5 out of 100 times 61.36, which is the full amount. That gives us 3.9884. Now we'll take this away from the full amount. And that is equal to 57.3716. In terms of money, we're going to have to round this. So 57.37, because when it comes to money, we only have 2 digits after the decimal point. Question 10. The chairperson of a committee needs to write a report for a council meeting. She needs to compare the flight tipping incidents reported in the local area with the flight tipping incidents reported nationally. National report. This year, local authorities in England dealt with an increase of 8% of flight tipping incidents on those reported in last year. This table shows the number of flight tipping incidents reported in the local area. So that was the national, and this is the local. Last year, 11,193. This year, 11,649. So there's been an increase. What will the chairperson write in a report about the comparison between the local incidents and the national incidents? Explain your answer using figures. So we know nationally there's been an increase by 8%, and we can see there's been an increase at the local level, but we don't know what that is in terms of percentage. So we'll work it out. So 11,649, take away 11,193. That is equal to 456. So 456 out of the original value, which was 11,193. That is equal to 0.0407397 and so on. So in terms of a percentage, this is about 4.07% at the national level. The explanation is there has been a higher increase at the national level, 8%, in comparison with the local level, which is 4.07%. A golf coach wants to tell a beginner how he is performing. He tells the beginner that he should be able to hit the ball 150 yards on average. He tests the beginner and records the distance of each hit. We've got the distance travelled in yards, and we've got the frequency. Is the beginner performing at the average level? Explain your answer using figures. So we'll estimate the mean in this case by finding the mid values. Between 135 and 140, we've got 137.5. We'll multiply that by 4, and that is going to give us 550. We'll repeat the process now with the rest of the values. So we've got here 142.5 times 13 equals 1,852.5. 145, between 145 and 150, we've got 147.5 times 17 equals 2,507.5. Now, in between 150 and 155, we've got 152.5 times 6 equals 915. All of these together makes 5,825. We'll divide that by the total here, which is 40. So 5,825 divided by 40 equals 145.625 yards. And in terms of answering the question, is the beginner performing at the average level? we can say no, because 145.625 is lower than 150. A garage sells used cars. When a customer buys a car, the garage owner will offer an amount to pay for the old car. A customer brings in a ZZX Roadster with a mileage of 70,000. The garage owner estimates the value of this car based on the mileage. He uses this website graphic to find this value. He wants to make a first offer to the customer 30% below this value in order to make a profit when he resells it. What amount should he offer the customer? Explain your answer by drawing a trend line and marking the graph to show how you decided the amount. So we'll draw a line of best fit to check the value. And we've got 70,000 miles. Now going across, we've got 3,400 here. So that is the value in pounds. But he needs to offer the customer 30% below that value. So 3,400 will need to take away 30%. So the estimated value of the customer's car, first of all, is 3,400, and we'll work out 30%. 30 out of 100 times 3,400 gives us 1,020. So we'll take it away from 3,400 to give us £2,380. A 22-year-old man wants to apply for this job. He wants to work out how much his annual take-home pay will be. Staff required for busy town centre retail store, shifts available 6 a.m. to 1 p.m, includes 1 hour break unpaid, 6 days per week, national minimum wage. And then we've gone the wage rates. So he's 22, so he's going to be paid £7.70 per hour. He knows he has to pay income tax and national insurance, and what is left is his take-home pay. Below we've got tax information. Income tax is taken from your earnings after your personal allowance has been deducted. And we've got all the different rates. He's told that his national insurance will be about £1,000 national insurance in the year. What will the man's annual pay be? So first of all, we'll need to find out how much he will be paid per year. So he's going to be working from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m, which is 7 hours, but that includes 1 hour break unpaid. So that is 6 hours that he's being paid for in a day. and it's 6 days per week. So 6 times 6, that is 36. So 36 times 7.7, which is pay per hour, that will give us pay per week, which is £277.20. Now, as we haven't got any details in terms of holidays, we're going to assume that he's going to do the same amount of work for 52 weeks. So 277.2 times 52, which gives us 14414.40. So £14,414.40. So that's the total amount he's been paid before tax. Now we've got the personal allowance of £12,500, so we're going to take that away. So 14,414.40, take away 12,500, that gives us £1,914.40 that he's got to pay tax on, and that will fall under this category. So he's going to pay 20% of this amount. So 20 over 100 times 1914.40 gives us £382.88. He's also going to pay £600 national insurance, add the tax, that is £982.88. That will be deducted from the total amount. So before tax, he was earning £14,414.40. Taking away the £982.88 leaves us with £13,431.52 that he takes home. A kitchen designer needs to draw a scale plan for a customer's new kitchen. The customer gives the kitchen designer this sketch to show how she'd like the cupboards to fit above the worktop. The base of the large cupboard needs to be 50 centimeters above the top of the worktop. Diagram not to scale. Use the scale plan of the elevation of the kitchen wall to show where the kitchen designer should draw the cupboards. We know the scale is 1 to 25, and we know that 1 square is 1 by 1 centimeter here. So we'll have a look at the dimensions again. So we've got one of these tall cupboards that measures 750 by 500, and the 3 of these shorter units which measure 500 by 500. We need to also remember this 50 centimeter gap between the worktop and the units. So the key dimensions to remember: 750 by 500 and 500 by 500. So we'll do the working out because we've got a scale that's been given to us. So if the scale is 1 to 25, then this dimension here, which is 750 millimeters, will be in the plan equal to what? So how many 25s fit into 750? So we'll go 750 divided by 25 gives us 30. So that would be 30 millimeters. Now we'll check this one out. How many 25s fit into 500? So 500 divided by 25 gives us 20. So this is equal to 20 millimeters in the plan. So this will be 20 millimeters in the plan. This will be 20 millimeters in the plan. We also have the gap to consider, which is 50 centimeters, but that is also the same as 500 millimeters. So this here in the plan will be equal to 20 millimeters, which is 2 centimeters divided by 10. So let's go back. So we'll start drawing. As we know that the gap needs to be 50 centimeters in reality, but that means 2 centimeters here in the plan. We're going to start from this point. That is the distance between the unit and the worktop. So we've got one of the tall cupboards that we started to draw. And that would be 3 centimeters tall, according to the calculations we just did. So that's one of the tall cupboards. Then we have one of the shorter cupboards, according to the plan that we saw. We've got actually 3 of them in a row, including the other tall cupboard. Might be worth just continuing the line to the end. And that's where the short cupboard ends, at 2 centimeters here in the plan. and there are actually 3 of them in a row, 3 short cupboards. And there comes one of the taller cupboards as well at the end. So we'll label them as bigger cupboard, smaller Final question. A health club conducts a survey to compare the average number of hours of sleep of members. Members report their results each week. A woman takes part in the survey. She wears a fitness band which records the number of hours she sleeps. She wants to compare her own results week by week. Last week she slept a mean time of 5 hours and 19 minutes with a range of 4 hours and 49 minutes. This is the record for this week. So we've got this week, duration of sleep. What are the results that a woman reports to the health club? What comparison can she make between her own results? Make 2 comments using figures. We'll convert the hours and minutes to minutes. So we'll go 8 hours and 22 minutes is equal to 502 minutes altogether. That's in total 2,814. Divided by 7 days of the week equals 402 minutes, which if we convert to hours and minutes will be 6 hours and 42 minutes. And the range, which is taking away the shortest duration from the longest duration, is 2 hours and 33 minutes. So we've seen that the mean was actually higher for this week. So that suggests that she slept for more hours. And the range was actually smaller, which means there is more consistency in the number of hours slept. So we'll write 2 comments. One of them to say that she has slept longer on average this week as 6 hours 42 minutes is greater than 5 hours 19 minutes. And comment 2 about consistency. Her sleep hours this week are more consistent as 2 hours 33 minutes is less than 4 hours 49 minutes, which was the range last week.